Hey y'all, what's up? What's good? Welcome back to 7 Days of Daily Growth with Nay. I hope you guys are doing good on this beautiful Tuesday. I hope you guys are doing great, doing lovely. I feel good. You know, I had to get it together when I woke up this morning. I don't know if y'all can tell in my voice or what, because I feel like I'm straining to even be loud. Like, it doesn't hurt, my throat doesn't hurt, but I feel like it's taking a lot for me to really talk right now. Like, and then my whole body hurts. Like, my body has been hurting for 3 days and I do not know what's going on. I've already had COVID twice. I really don't want to say it's that, but maybe I just need to stretch. Like, maybe my body is telling me I need to stretch it out. It's Tuesday. It's the word of the day. We are on E. We are on letter E, and today's word is effort. Effort, y'all. Go ahead and get started so I can be finished because I'm hungry. Effort means to, and y'all, I really feel like I am straining to be loud. Like, I'm trying, but I feel like it's a lot. So my voice keeps reverting back to soft, but I'm going to try to, like, keep catching myself and be as loud as I can, but I don't want my throat to be sore after all of this because this is every day. So I would hate to, like, cancel because this is every day. So I'm trying not to strain my voice because I feel it. I really feel it. But we'll get through it. So I have 3 definitions for effort. The first one is conscious exertion of power, hard work. Number 2 is a serious attempt. Number 3, the total work done to achieve a particular end. So, like an end goal, like the finish line. So, Tuesday's word of the day, we have conversational pieces. These are conversations you can have with me. Like, feel free. My DMs are open. My inbox is open. Comments are open. But I just ask these questions on my channel and I just kind of talk about my own answer to it. You don't have to journal anything, just a conversation when it comes to these questions. Just talking, nothing but talking. And y'all, like, all of this is giving like pressure. I don't know, I might be sick. I hope I'm not though. Like my ponies, they might be crooked, but they still cute. I tried. Effort. A serious attempt. This was a serious attempt. I put effort into these. And I said I'm not, because when I tell y'all, when I do my natural hair, it's hit me forever to just get 2 ponytails or 1 ponytail that looks freaking decent. Like, the struggle be real. But today, this morning, I said, first serious attempt and no more. And that was that. This is what I got the first time and I ran with it. So, first conversational piece, based on all 3 definitions and being that 7 days of daily growth with Nay, 1 month anniversary is tomorrow. Do you feel as if you have been putting effort into your life or healing journey, whether being already on it or just starting? So, based on these definitions, y'all know my answer is yes. I've already been on my journey for 1.5 years now, and I can say that early 2020, about February, March, when I got out of my last relationship, real relationship, 2 years ago, I had wanted to start my journey of really finding myself. Like, I had told myself, like, you know, I wasn't happy, you know, with myself and my relationship, and I was like, I needed to be single. And of course, you know, I ended up getting myself back into another situation, not like a month later, you know. And that wasn't effort into me. I wasn't putting effort into me. I wasn't making a serious attempt to be happy in life because I was still unhappy. It wasn't until like May, June that I started to really be more happier and to know that I wanted different, but still, not really focused on me either because I was back talking to somebody else. So, like, and it was for a while, but everything that I do, like when it comes to especially relationships, it's not gonna just be for a little bit, So just I did not put any effort into me or really trying to find myself and my happiness and really put myself on the path of trying to do better because I was still choosing other people as far as loving, and I wasn't loving myself. But as I continued to move through 2020, something was just eating at me because in early 2020 I had already told myself I wanted to make a change. So the fact that I had put that out there, even though I had went through lessons and learned some things, especially in March, April, May, I still was like able to learn from that. I was learning from that still. It was still teaching me like, no, this is not what we set off to do. So I was still just figuring things out. And so I didn't really start putting that conscious exertion of power, that hard work into myself until November. That's when I was consciously moving in a mindset where I want different. I gotta have different. I know there's something more out there for me. And that's when, I started to pray. And I started to learn more about myself in the month of November. And I started to change my perspective on life in the month of November. So the bigger picture started to come to me. As soon as I made that conscious effort to put in some hard work, to really sit down with myself and really try, instead of hiding behind other people as far as relationships, as far as hiding behind, not wanting to face my own reality, everything started to make sense. It started to fall into place. And ever since then, I've been putting that effort into myself, even though ever since then, I've still been dealing with other people. Just two. But, I still wasn't grasping the fact that I needed to choose me. And so now I'm in a season where I'm choosing me. I don't want to deal with anybody else. I don't have time to deal with anybody else. I'm not interested. I'm not there because that's been me all my life. And a part of my life journey now, the season I'm in now, is to put effort into myself. Putting the effort into my life journey. The total work done to achieve a particular end. There's plenty of ends for me. There's plenty of goals for me. There's plenty of races for me to run. As Nipsey Hussle said, the marathon continues. It's going to keep continuing. So I'm going to keep putting in that effort every time into myself. There will be a season of love for me, yes, but that's not what I'm focused on. That's not what I'm putting effort into, because I put effort into that enough, into loving somebody else, into trying to build something with somebody else, into trying to find the right life partner. And I didn't want to make this about relationships, but I have to look at stuff like that. And not even relationships / situationships / whatever I had going on, y'all. Anyways, that's just life, and certain aspects come up when it comes to certain things, and when it comes to effort and these definitions, that's where I can relate. I wasn't choosing me. I wasn't putting effort in before like I am now. And the effort I put in now, it's just a decision I make to put effort in now into my life journey, is choosing me, is focusing on me. Yes, It's been a lot of hard work. I've been working hard. Yes, I've made serious attempts to change certain ways. Even though I repeated certain things, I still make serious attempts, have been making serious attempts since November 2020 to be a better person, to do things differently. I've been putting in work. There's already work been done. That's already been checked off. Test that's already been passed. I could achieve a particular end. From November until I start this channel, I put so much work into myself so that I can stand here right now today and have this end goal, to have this one particular end. Just like with my first project, for me to even though that was one of the first things I seen for myself, happening, something out of this world, the bigger picture, the particular end, even though that was like the first thing I saw, I still and am still putting in effort into that, because I'm not finished. I haven't made it to the end goal yet. I haven't made it to the finish line yet. I haven't reached that particular end yet because I'm still working on it. Even though that vision, that dream was seen first before this YouTube channel, literally a year before, and this YouTube channel just came about this year, seriously. So I'm still putting in that effort into that vision, that dream, that particular end. And not just me working on it, but me working on myself, me teaching myself, me learning more stuff, me gaining more inspiration to get it done. Also me figuring out and praying over it, and just knowing that it's a lot that's going to come with it. It's just, that's that effort that's still going into it right now. It's a dream, but it's also a part of my life journey. And being that it's a part of my life journey, it needs me. It needs me to put in effort. It needs me to choose me, because I need to get it done. So yes, ever since I've been on my life journey, November 2020, seeking God, seeking things within myself, doing better for myself, making changes, yes, I have been putting in that effort, the hard work, the attempts. And attempts because I like that one, because in a life journey you do continuously attempt. You might have 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts before you learn the lesson, before you get it right, before you can check it off the list. Not gonna always succeed the first time around. Sometimes you might, but other times you might not. So just make sure it's a serious attempt, where you seriously are trying to, that's the difference, a serious attempt. You're seriously trying to attempt to do something, to make that change, to break that cycle. Because hey, at least you tried. You seriously tried. That don't mean give up because you didn't get the first attempt. Seriously attempt to do it again. Keep trying. Keep making those attempts. Keep putting in that effort until you have conquered it. Until you have made that change with ease. Until you have become disciplined in that area. Keep putting in the effort to get it done. You need you. Put effort into you and your life journey. And for those of you that are just starting or want to start, you have to start with putting in effort. You gotta at least attempt to try. You gotta at least work hard. You gotta know that it's gonna be a lot of work that you have to put in to reach a particular end. You know, these are things you gotta know as you start or as you think about starting. It takes effort to even start. It takes effort to even think about starting. So you're already there. That's where the conscious exertion of power comes from. You are powerful enough to think about and make a decision. I want better. I want to do better. That's powerful. That's power. There's power in that. I want to make changes. I want to truly live. I do not want to live in fear anymore. I want to heal, or start a life journey. Regardless, just you thinking about putting that thought in your mind, that is a conscious exertion of power. There's power in that. Like I told y'all, when I made that conscious exertion of power in February to really know that I needed to work on myself and know that I was not okay and that I was still like toxic and unhealthy, especially when it came to love, especially when I know that I wanted to get love right, when I knew that I was still just graveling at stuff, like just not knowing, just, you know, when I knew that I was not okay, I made that decision. And although I still went into a world of darkness all over again, because that was around the time that I did not finish school. And that's because I was around people, and I'm not down to anybody, but around people that don't want anything for themselves. So I was picking up on that energy, and I was going into that dark, and I was drinking. And I didn't care. Again, I didn't care about my life. I wasn't caring. I was like, I'm numb. I don't want this. I don't want school. I wasn't valuing it then. Apparently because I didn't finish it. And I had to take a year off. And that year off is when, like November, that's when I started to seek God. And in January, I made the decision to finish school because I knew I wanted to be a therapist. Like from November up until January, I was working on myself, healing myself, seeking things, praying. And the next thing God brought me was that I do value school. I do value my education. I'm going to finish. You know, so that's what I was saying. Even though I went back to my old unhealthy ways, you know, even though I gave up on myself in that time, in February, I still made that conscious exertion of power. I still put that thought of, I want to make a change. I made an effort to do that. And so something in me would not let me lay down. Something in me would not let me stay down with the devil. Something in me woke up. And like I told you, a lot of times I would listen to Janae. And that's when I really woke up. And also like, bruh, like, no, you, what? You been doing so good. Now look, like, you know, you have to take a look at yourself. And I had an awakening in 2020 around May, June. I was like, bro, I done been, you know, why would I put myself through this again when I've grown from that, got stronger from that? I could never go back to that life, to accepting whatever, to being numb, to being hurt, to heartache. No. So I quickly picked myself back up. And again, I did start talking to somebody else. But, like, it made me want to continue to grow. That situation did make me want to continue to grow as a woman. So that was good. That was a good thing about it. So I'm still not on my journey yet. And that was like probably like July through September, October, where I'm still knowing that I want to be better, want to do better, but just haven't started my journey yet. Still just had not put in that effort that I needed to put in. Still just not knowing, still confused, still a little lost. So, you know, eventually around October, I started to wake up again and started to put in serious effort this time. So this time, I'm making a serious attempt to change my life, to walk a different path, to be a better woman, because I know I want it better. And I knew that if I wanted better, it started with me. Nobody else with me. Don't nobody owe me nothing, and I don't owe nobody nothing. That journey, what I chose, was for me. Nobody else. I do this for me. And when it's all said and done, again, everybody good, but I did this for me, to save me. So that's what effort in my journey has in relation. Yes, ever since I've been on my journey, I've been putting in effort nonstop. Even again on this journey where I have not made the most and greatest and best decisions, again, out of love, of course, it always goes back to love, and also financially, but been learning. I can say that financially I did grow a lot. I've put in a lot of effort in my finances, definitely. I'm not like the best when it comes to my finances like right now, but I am in a season where I'm praying and I'm practicing being stable, being sturdy, being independent. You know, I want to stand on my own before anything else. Like, I want to be good, and then I'll allow somebody to take care of me. But I don't know. We'll see what God has in store, because I don't know. Somebody might want to invest in me. But still, that's still my mindset. I'm working on that for me. Spiritually, I put effort into learning more about God, seeking God. Mentally and emotionally, that's the biggest one, and that has more so to do with my horoscope. That was me and my shadow work. That was me making serious attempts. That was me putting in hard work. I had to look back. That was me putting in hard work to overcome so much emotional baggage and so much mental sadness and mental negativity. You know what I'm saying? So, and also socially, I didn't really start putting in effort to be more social until about this year. I ain't gonna lie. But hey, so in all areas, yes, effort, serious attempts. I've done a lot of work to achieve how strong I am mentally now, how strong I am emotionally now. I'm a sensitive person. I'm a Cancer, water baby, crybaby, very, very sensitive. I had to learn to balance that out. I had to learn to balance that, or it was going to take me under. Because it's okay to be sensitive, but I needed to be sensitive and logical at the same time. I needed to have a balance between my emotions and my logic. So basically, I needed to have more strength in being logic and being like, I feel this way, but this is what I'm seeing. This is what, you know what I'm saying? Logic. So I put a lot of effort into that balance, into myself mentally, into forgiving myself, into forgiving other people, to learning to not take things personal, just all of that. I put effort into all of that. And a lot of things, a lot of particular ends I see right here today that I've gotten to the end of certain things, again, emotionally and mentally, most of all, because I've been putting in that effort since 2020. And although nothing has been perfect, it's been, I done fell down, I done got back up. I done had failed attempts, but I keep putting in serious attempts after that to get it right, to learn the lesson, to pass the test that life throws at us. So it takes effort. A life journey takes effort. Healing takes effort. Shadow work books, journaling, that's tailored to me. Meditation. You gotta put in that effort, but do it tailored to you. But heal, y'all. Start those journeys, y'all. And if you're already on one, if you consider yourself in a healing stage of life, on a life journey, trying to figure things out, keep putting that effort in. Don't let nothing stop you in your tracks. Don't let life get you down. Don't let life turn you around. Keep putting out that conscious exertion of power, that I can do this, that I know it's hard work, but I got this. I'm going to keep going. Keep making those attempts to heal certain aspects of your life. Just like definition number 3 says, the total work done to achieve a particular end. Once you get to definition 3 when it comes to effort, like I said, me mentally and emotionally, once you see that you've made it to that particular end because you put in work, because I put in work since 2020, November, that makes me happy. That makes me know that I'm so much stronger than I thought I was. That lets me know that I can keep going, capable of anything. That nothing is impossible. Not even healing myself. Not even wanting better and making changes. It's all possible because guess what? I can look back and see that I put in effort since that time. And I can see right here, right now, in this season, that I'm stronger, I'm wiser, and I'm better. So, that is conversational piece number one. Obviously, I need somebody to step on my back, but folks might break it. Even the kid, the way it hurts so bad, y'all. Like, it ain't even like a pain where I need it worked out. Like, it literally feel like it's breaking. Like, I can't even move because I'm scared that I just might, like, I'm scared to move because I feel like I'm going to just break in half, like, right here. So, I'm not going to touch on question number 2 as much as I did question number 1 because I've read it and I kind of feel like, I kind of just already dibbled into it, started it off. So, conversational piece number 2 is reflect on what effort looks like to and for you. And you pretty much already kind of heard it from me, but it's a good question for you guys to really sit back and think about it. Have a conversation with yourself. Don't answer yourself, but you can talk to yourself. You can answer this question out loud. What does effort look like to you? Because then you might can start putting in the effort that you need to put in once you know what it looks like for you. So me putting in effort on my life journey, and that's also what I mean. What does it look like for you when it comes to healing in your life journey? Reading books. I started back reading. I used to read all the time. I believe I really stopped reading when I left Columbia. So when I moved to Greenville, that's when I really stopped reading a lot. I used to read so much as a child though. Like, I loved it. Like, my mom used to make us go to the library, read books, and then we had to write a whole book report on the book. But it was like work we had to do during the summer. Like, she was crazy. Like, we had summer packets that we had to do. Like, it wasn't on no crazy stuff, but she was real big on our education. She was really big on education. When it came to college, I was so glad to be free of her chains, of her reins when it came to school. Like, no bad grades. Like, one time I don't know, like, in high school, one time she got a phone call saying I was skipping school when we used to live in Columbia. I never skipped school a day of my life unless I missed the bus or, it's just one of those days. Like, skipping school never even crossed my mind, y'all. That really threw me for a loop, like, for real. She was hot with me, too. Took my phone and everything, so guess what? I was hot with her. But she didn't play about school. Good grades, awards, y'all. So once I graduated and finished that for her, that we did it. Made her proud. College was a different story because I didn't have her down my back. It was another part of me being very lenient on myself and not putting in that effort I needed to put in when it came to college because I didn't have her making sure that it was done. I was grown now, so it was like, whatever. I did graduate high school, so that was enough. Even though, of course your parents want you to, well, my parents, they definitely want us to keep going. She definitely wants me to finish college and stuff like that. But, it wasn't as bad as elementary and middle school and high school, the way she was on us. But yes, she used to make us write book reports, go to the library downtown in Edison, pick out a book, go back home, read it. I think we had to have weekly book reports, I think. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it. I love to read. Mom has a bookcase. My granny has a bookcase. So I get that from them. I don't know if my granny used to read all the time when my mom was like, I don't know. But they both have bookcases in their homes. They both always were reading. My mom always had a bookcase everywhere we went. So, because we always was moving. But, so I would read some of everything. I mean, only thing I did not read was her Harry Potter collection. They were just too thick for me. I watched all the movies. I loved the Harry Potter movies. I couldn't read the books. I don't know how she did it. To me, they were a little boring. I like, my bad, y'all. But yeah, so Harry Potter was boring. But I don't know. I might tap into the books when I get a little older, maybe. They still, I think, kind of, because I tried again and I still think they're kind of boring. So maybe later, or it's the length, the thickness of the book that just has me like, oh, I don't know. But yes, so anyways, so reading is fundamental, like for real. Seriously. Like, I'm not even joking. Even if you struggle with reading, reading more and more will help you get better. Read out loud. You can teach yourself. Even if you have like dyslexia or problems reading, that also helps you to better be able to read. If you keep reading, if you keep putting in that effort. But as far as my life journey, reading definitely helped me get back into a stage of life where I was, you know, learning to relax and rest again. To just enjoy a good book, to enjoy a peace of mind. You know, not only that, but it also came into my life again when I needed inspiration. And, you know, maybe y'all will hear that story more later. But reading is inspirational, depending on what you read. And I read some of everything, honestly. Only thing I really don't like when it comes to literature, I'm a literature girl, is poems. I hate poems. I have one poem book that was like gibberish to me, but ever since my life journey, it makes more sense when I read it, which I think is very, very weird. But like I said before, I feel like you have to be at a certain level of consciousness to really understand certain things. Truthfully, I really do. I feel like you gotta be there. You can't be here and really gain some wisdom that is up here. You gotta make your way to be able to connect to that wisdom, to gain that wisdom. Because you gain wisdom at every stage if you put that effort into gaining the wisdom, to learning the lessons. But sometimes it's wisdom that's way out of our league that we have not reached yet, because there's a lot of other things that we have to learn and go through before other types of wisdom starts making sense, other type of knowledge makes sense. So reading was one of the things that I did to put effort into my life journey, because again, it brought back that peace for me. And it used to be an escape. Reading was an escape for me. But in my healing journey, it was inspiration and it was peace for me. It was doing something that I loved to do as a child. It fed my inner child. It really did. That's what I'm looking for. It really did feed my inner child, because that's what I used to do as a little girl, and I love to read. So what else? I'm gonna do a couple. I'm not gonna do too much because this video is long. I'm gonna do a couple. It was continuously making those serious attempts since I've started my journey. It was being able to acknowledge my actions, to take accountability. That was what it was for me. Because once I was able to check myself and reflect and take accountability for any role that I played in something, especially take accountability, people cannot do that, and it's crazy. But we did, in order to move on, in order to get another test, just being able to say, you know, you're right, or, you know, facts. I definitely could have handled it different. I definitely could have said it differently. I definitely could have, you know, just being able to reflect and take accountability. I definitely didn't have to do, you know, it was me learning for myself, and then getting the test again and actually making a serious attempt to converse better, communicate better, listen better, do things better, do things in a different way. Yes, that is what effort looks like to me, or for me, making those serious attempts to do better as a person, as Lanasia, you know? So that's another thing. Doing my shadow work, y'all, that was a big one. Like, hold on. This is my first shadow work workbook ever. If anybody want to buy me the second version, feel free. But it helped me a lot on my journey. Like, I have not had time to work in it. I almost finished with it, and I do plan to get the second version of it when I'm finished. But like I've mentioned before, I haven't really had time to do any of the things that I used to do as far as my healing journey. Now that I have this channel where I am continuously healing and growing and learning and developing on my life journey. But I was doing this for a while, and this was my effort to heal emotional trauma, childhood trauma, mental trauma. Like, sometimes I'm writing in this book and I'm crying, you know. This is the effort. This is what effort looks like to me. I invested in myself. Yes, this cost some money, but I decided to invest in myself, invest in my health, especially mentally and emotionally. I decided to invest in learning more about myself. I decided to dig deep to the darker side, to the feelings that I don't talk about, that I haven't talked about. Journaling is a big effort because sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's going to make you cry, especially prompted journaling. But even free writing can just have you like, I didn't know I was going to say all of that. You know, you don't, for me, when I journal, I never know what's going to come out until I'm pen to paper, pencil to paper. I never know, but then so much pours out of me. And I reread it, or I'm in tears while I'm writing and thinking about it, and I'm like, wow, I never knew all of that was in me. But it's out now. So this was effort for me. This was me putting in some hard work, taking the time out to actually do this. And it was a conscious exertion of power, to take my power back from my old life, to take my power back from the emotional stress, the mental problems, you know, the depression, the hurt, the pain. I was taking my power back from all of that by making a conscious decision to buy this book. Like, I want to put in effort because I was learning about shadow work, but you know, so when I came across this, I'm like, okay, let me see what this is about. And it's been a real big help to my life, to my journey. It has, it really has. Last but not least, but kind of like I've already touched on, definition number 3, as I reflect on what effort looks like to me, the total work done to achieve a particular end. Effort looks like to me what I've been doing since November 2020. That's effort for me because I've never given up. I've never sat in defeat. I haven't had a depressed feeling, mood in a long time. You know, I've been putting in effort, praying, choosing God, reading my Bible, forgiving myself, finding ways that tailor to me so that I can build up strength within myself, you know. So like journaling, meditating, music, you know, I've made the effort to truly try to heal myself since November 2020. Because there's scars that have went away, but there's scars that's going to be with me forever. And you have to come to terms with that as well. So I've been putting effort into me, into my life, because I want better. And I'm going to have better. And my family's going to have better. And the one that I create, the one that comes from me is going to have better. I chose to consciously exert power into my life, over my life, to know that I control my destiny, to know that I cannot give up. It's hard work. Effort is hard work. It's been hard work. It's been a lot. It's been a lot, especially when you deal with other people too. But again, I'm in a season now where it's all about me. So it takes effort to choose you. It takes effort to start, and it takes effort to continue. And it's never over. Learning is never finished. You learn new stuff every day. So of course your life journey is going to be something you're learning all your life until you're no longer here. So that's our word of today, y'all. Y'all be blessed. I hope you guys have had a great day. Stay safe, stay beautiful, show love, be kind, be compassionate, gentle, stay humble, and keep being you. Keep being you, whoever that is. Because you can be anything you want to be. Seriously. Happy, weird, crazy, quirky, unpopular. Just be you. I love you guys and thank you so much. Tomorrow is my 1 month anniversary for my channel, y'all. I'm so happy. I might not look really happy, but y'all, I'm telling y'all, I'm really sore. I really am. But anyways, y'all have a wonderful evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow.